So today's video is pretty short and sweet. I only took a few trades. Actually made $265 off of about $20 commissions. Ignore these. I just exited some of my swing positions at a small loss. So that's why the take home for the day is 151. But in actuality, it's about 265 and then minus $20, so 240 something. This time I kept my trades to small sizes. Took a trade on GM opening range breakup, so at 230 at 936. Saw that it went above the high, so this is the high. I think it was at 37.15 of the open. So when it broke the high, I went long, and then basically I rode it up and start to scale out, and then it started to drop. So I exited the last position at the break even. When it dropped and then it sort of held this level, I saw that there's the EMAs were moving positively. Same with the MACD line. So at that point, when it wasn't when I was looking at the price action, it wasn't dropping. It showed signs of going long. That's exactly what I did. I took another 500 share position long, and then as it started to creep back up towards that high again, I exited some there just to be on the safe side. And as it popped, I exited the majority at that point. I kept about 100 shares to see what happens. It did go up, but then as it was making its way down, I quickly exited. As you can see, it did go back up again, and then it dropped back, and then it went up. Now it seems to be dropping again. So that's my trade on GM. Activision is a little more dicey. What I did was I took a short position because I saw that it hit this high after it. It was a short at the beginning. I think there was some bad news with Activision. It dropped quite a bit overnight. So the shorts have to cover. So it popped up, but it didn't really get any steam at that point. And it stayed here for like 4 minutes at almost exactly this level, 45.51. So it started to make its way down. So I took a short position. It went up. Typically I would exit around this EMA, but since it was so close to the VWAP, I gave it a little room because I took 500 shares, so it was a pretty small size. Waited to see what happens. It never broke this, so as it went back down, I kind of held it across this 2-3 minute mark just to see what would happen. And here, real briefly, it popped up above that. It was so quick that I figured it would probably come back down, and it did. It came back down, and that's when I started to exit because I didn't want this to be a trend. I didn't want it to go back up. So I exited some, it went back up a bit, and then when it did drop, I basically scaled out the remainder of my shares because it seems like it was struggling to basically break this level. So it hit this level, and that's one of the reasons why I scaled out here, is because once it hit this level, it popped back up almost 3 times now, or 4 if you counted this, right? So hit that level for $45 mark, now went back up, hit it, went back up, hit it, went back up. So when it hit this, and it did go back up, I didn't want that to happen again, so I scaled out. But this was such a small blip that it went back down, and it actually dropped quite quickly, so I started to scale out at that point. So that's all I did. 2 stocks. I kind of like it when it's clean like this. The only thing I didn't like about my trade here is I should have gotten out at this point when it went back up. I should have scaled out, should have exited quicker. But I was also on another work call, so wasn't able to do that. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you are on basically my live journal, so to speak, trade journal. So anyway, time to get back to work. Bye, guys.